better wake up. Yeah. Come on. You better wake up. Know the time. Time is of the essence, getting low on supply. Gotta reload to load. It's last stand and know this whole place can go explode up and slow. If you didn't know, behold the rapture unfold. We capture the soul to matter most politically spoke. Prophecies prophesied on prophets who realize alluding that we are kings and queens of the mic. Influence the youth, make a difference in you. Positive energy released through the music we choose. Don't be confused, the news just gassing you up. Forget about Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh. We got a hot handful of hot heads with their talk. Try living a mile in my shoes, you can't walk. Black crows can gawk and mock and still stalk the minds of lost souls and stole. I never stop. You better wake up, know the time. Sleep is for the weekend, we ain't falling behind. You better be ready once the revolution begins. Click, click. That's how we rise to resist. You better wake up before it's too late. Before your civil rights and liberties are taken away. You're just another hostage, caught in media bondage. Freedom is for the ones out here who really want it. Tell Pro. Edgar Hoover vets, assassinated King, JFK, or Malcolm X. You can say I'm out of line, but doesn't change the facts. Like man landed on the moon, don't make me laugh. $30 million swindler, it was all caught on tape. Yeah. Swagger had a swagger like Jimmy was a saint. It's the land of the greed and the home of the slave, where liberties are abused and almost taken away. I rep like Cassius Clay, called the Muhammad way. People embrace the champ, he neutralized the race. Politicians don't need to name the names. Got a price on my head, cause I'm changing the game. The way it's played, exploited the date. For all the riches and the fame, but hey, ain't giving up on hip-hop. Non-stop, lyrical warrior killing with my heart. You better wake up, know the time. Sleep is for the weekend, we ain't falling behind. You better be ready once the revolution begins. Click, click, that's how we rise to resist. You better wake up before it's too late. Before your civil rights and liberties are taken away. You're just another hostage, caught in media bondage. Freedom is for the ones out here who really want it. We can talk about it, yeah, or we can walk about it. We can ride it out without solving the thing. People perpetuate issues like on and on. Wonder why nobody's listening, well man, come on. People take up arms to be a rebel for a day. Spraying every politician thinking they'll get away. You can say Arizona is a racist state, but popping politicians off won't resolve your hate. What can I say? Gotta break the hate made before it's too late to even change. Learn to spray knowledge in a different way. The way we heard Ice Cube pushing rhymes like Wade. Motivated rhymes and revolutionary times. 20 mass revolts as guerrillas unite. Fist in the sky, hit them like Cairo tonight. Rise to resist, G to the X, a worldwide. You better wake up, know the time. Sleep is for the wicked, we ain't falling behind. You better be ready once the revolution begins. That's how we rise to resist. You better wake up before it's too late. Before your civil rights and liberties are taken away. You just another hostage, caught in media bondage. Freedom is for the ones out here who really want it. Wake up, know the time. Sleep is for the wicked, we ain't falling behind. You better be ready once the revolution begins. That's how we rise to resist. You better wake up before it's too late. Before your civil rights and liberties are taken away. You just another hostage, caught in media bondage.
Storm.
I love you, Bobby.
I can feel the hate.
What up, Watt?
I can feel it, but
Floaters in the building.
hit my phone, but you a block away. Feeling like Matumbo, not today. I can feel the hate. I can feel it, but you say. Hit my phone, but you a block away. Feeling like Matumbo, not today. Where you at? Where you really been? Please don't come around like you been a friend. Started from the bottom, what I represent. You can't come around for the benefits. Man, so I hit the switch. But you was calling me when you was in the gym. Now these niggas flexing like they in the gym. Bitch, I'm really ballin', we a butter rim. Hey, that's a lesson learned. What goes back around, gotta wait your turn. Hit 'em where it hurt, gotta show your work. Yeah, 1080 vision, come and cop some merch. I can feel the hate. I can feel it, but you say. Hit my phone, but you a block away. Feeling like Matumbo, not today. I can feel the hate. I can feel it, but you say.
was tripping on some practice, say I 3 up on my back. All this money that I'm making got me dunking like C-Mac. Claiming all my land, I'm from the middle of the map. My team stick together till the line go flat. Yo, chopper stay broke, I'm a sniper with the strap. 1080 on my jersey, a designer mismatch. Sham God, trippy Aquafino with the wrist. Curry from beyond, I got views from the trips. Blowing up my line, I hit my tumble blocking lips. We 2K in the game, yo, my player don't exist. This shot ain't got no jam, it's all net up with the switch.
I can feel the hate. I can feel it, but she say, hit my phone, but you a block away. Feeling like Matumbo, not today. I can feel the hate. I can feel it, but she say, hit my phone, but you a block away. Feeling like Matumbo, not today.
Q-Beats.
Hey. Yeah, you heard it right. It's a Q-Beats production. That's my son. Literally. Man, whoever thought the older you got, the colder you got. Hey, check me out.
Determination to change the nation, I'm manifesting the truth. Back in the booth to give you the messages that's been channeling right through me. No, I'm not Jesus, although my spirit is great. I'm eating my food without a plate, escaping this place through my meditations. New life begun when I reloaded the gun and realized where I was from was not too far from the sun. Like somewhere close by the moon. Now I'm connected like Zoom. Or once a life that ever lived called me like out of the blue. So I just pass it to you, right through your speakers with clues. And if you choose to free your mind, then you will have all the tools. But I can't make you take it and shake it and mentally break yourself out. Cause free your mind without a doubt is something you have to try out. But once you see the light, your might, and all the power you've had, then you have reached the 5th dimension and you can brighten your path. For others who choose to follow the red pills, it's harder to swallow. Or you can wallow in your sorrows, feeling all empty and hollow. The only way you'll see the truth is if it's starting with you. So please stop lying to yourself, start being truthful to you. The only way you'll see the truth is if it's starting with you. So please stop lying to yourself, start being truthful to you, to you.
I show no ID, you know why? Cause I'm VIP. I got a pocket on the green, and you know what this means? That means that I'm VIP. They show nothing but love when I'm up in the club. Why? Cause I'm VIP. You wanna hang with me? You wanna hang with me? Why? Cause I'm VIP. I'm VIP. Hey, when I step in the club, they already know who's the best in the red. From the east and the west, or the rest of the clubs. When I come through, they show love and throw it out in the back, with a bottle full of jack and a house full of cuz I got that sex in the club. Pocket full of green, and I'm fresh and so clean. I'm so fresh as a whip, I'm fresh in the club. Yeah. Hey, I'm a party on. Yeah, I'm a party on. Mommy got Bacardi lines, that is party time. Damn, that Bacardi gone. Ain't killing my vibe, ain't killing my high. Yeah, I'm in my party zone. I got my drink and my two-step, I'm a party till the party gone. Until it's out, you know. I show no ID, you know why? Cause I'm VIP. I got a pocket on my green, and you know what this means? That means that I'm VIP. They show nothing but love when I'm up in the club. Why? Cause I'm VIP. You wanna hang with me? You wanna hang with me? Why? Cause I'm VIP. I'm VIP.
I'm on cloud 9. Up in the club and I'm feeling fine. Never, you always a dime. At like 5 wine, I get better with time. Fancy free. I represent my team, the 313. VIP. Dressed to impress as you can clearly see. But this is crazy though. Yeah, this is crazy though. I'm the chick in the clique. I'm the chick in the clique. Yeah, with that crazy flow. With that crazy Stop all the hating. Stop all the hating. Yeah, you can save it, yo. You wanna roll with me? Meet me in VIP. Yeah, and that's for Lady Rocky. That's me. Yeah.
I show no ID. You know why? Cause I'm VIP. I got a pocket full of green, and you know what this means? That means that I'm VIP. They show nothing but love when I'm up in the club. Why? Cause I'm VIP. You wanna hang with me? You wanna hang with me? Why? Cause I'm VIP. I'm VIP.
VIP, wide body, and your boy Reek. Came in on 10 and it's all on me. I could've did the long sleeve or the 2-seat. At the bar, buy it out like it's all on me. VIP, walk in, feeling all tipsy. It ain't a problem for the night because my dog with me. 10 on me right now, counting all 50. 745, back to back with the 550. I'm playing rounds in the parking lot on 40 hours. Stay thing on my wrist like a gold bottle. I walk to the club looking like I hit the lotto. Low key, mixed breeze, sipping like a Skyrim. I make it rain, make it flood, make the weather change. Turn the whole club up like a hurricane. VIP, spend it all, buying everything. Running through a hollow 12 like a shoestring.
I show no ID. You know why? Cause I'm VIP. I got a pocket full of green, and you know what this means? That means that I'm VIP. They show nothing but love when I'm up in the club. Why? Cause I'm VIP. You wanna hang with me? You wanna hang with me? Why? Cause I'm VIP. I'm VIP. Take my hand, man. 5 steps away from my porch, headed to the corner store. Could already smell the aromas of death, lust, and hydro. Our kids playing out in the streets, making one to pop their mouths, talking disrespectful. Hell, you never see their parents around. A block away from my crib, walking through a gang slang and gang bang. Lost souls repeating the same things. Really wish that I could move right now, but I can't. So since we're both here, maybe you could take my hand and walk with me. Come walk with me through my hood. Come on, take a walk with me. Where redemption ain't all good. Take my hand, take my hand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand. About 2 more blocks to go before I reach my destination. Perspiration, 97 degrees, I'ma need that hydration. Contemplating for the first time of buying a strap. I was only 50 feet from my current stance, so brothers getting jacked. And I can't do a thing besides walk on by. Because I don't have some heat like they do. Yet and still my heart cries. Only 1 more block to go to finish my mission. And it's my favorite block cause it's sister that I've been feeling. Hey, what's up, Aisha? Damn, what happened to your eye? But that would be a lie, acting like it's the first time. Only once can you play victim when you find that someone's toxic. After that, you're a willing participant in all the night. She replied, I really wish that I could leave, but I can't. So since we're both here, maybe you could take my hand and walk with me. Come walk with me through my hood. Come on, take a walk with me. Where redemption ain't all good. Take my hand, take my hand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand. Baby, if you take my hand, finally then you'll understand.
Yeah. you. Now you call me.
Look at this place. You are no longer the center of attention in this place.
Ooh, what is the deal with that look on your face? I'm really confused about that look on your face. Up in the space, throwing it up in the space. I am okay, give me space, like no way. I am not fading, no way. I'm facing my problems today. I'm moving fast, I let my car move it fast. Life is just moving too fast, and then I crash. I end up calling my dad and telling him about my past. Yeah. That's all she knows. That's how it goes. Start with them other, flipping with your other bros. Hoping the guy don't make the news. Close my eyes if you make the news. Putting the childish Dr. Seuss. Wait, and on it goes, and on it goes. Yeah, yeah. It goes, and on it goes. You should act like you ain't with me. Now that I'm taking, that you don't know me. You know you act like you don't know me. You don't know me. Know you. Why you call me? What would you call me? What would you call me? Please don't call me. No, don't call me. Don't call me, yeah. Please don't call me, no. I'm not taking notes. I need space from the face. I'm erasing notes. Doing fine, I'm great. I'm taking notes. Putting the stamps on my passport. I'm making notes. Still on it goes. I would've gave you everything from rose to my shawl. Know that you wish that you could turn the time. You would, baby. Even if I did, baby. And on it goes, and on it goes. Yeah. It goes, and on it goes. You act like you ain't on me. I'm taking, you don't know me. Oh, you know you act like you ain't know me. You know me, know you. You know me. What would you call me? Yeah, what would you call me? Please don't call me. Don't call me. Don't call me. You never call me. You never call me, yeah. You never
All right, Omaha, the Burbs, the Bloods. Welcome, Instagram. I tried a TikTok thing today. TikTok is gonna put a facial recognition and you gotta put a credit card in. I guess that's for safety. It's the first time I ever saw that. What's going on? AZ Worm. B Bob, Jonathan Spencer. What's going on this morning, y'all? We call this day Making Money Monday. We don't talk about dollars and cents. We're talking about, collaborating, partnering. Using collective economics or group economics. As we look at the world, communism, socialism, capitalism, all three systems have the have and the have-nots. When you have that type of system, as our early settlers knew in the 1600s, the rich white knew that they couldn't keep, the white indentured servants and other poor whites happy because there was only a few whites that were rich, and European nations fought each other. And so they came up with this class. They came up with white because Europeans before then didn't call themselves white or us black. See, if you
doomed to not know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And that's why you're seeing history is being attacked in Florida and other areas around the country where they're taking down books. So it's only going to get worse before it gets better. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. And we got to make decisions now. Hello.
How are you?
Good.
So we're on this morning?
Yep. What,
Okay.
what
I'll
time?
see you at 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's the councilwoman. I got a couple of interviews. The councilwoman's going to be in, and then we're going to be interviewing Katie from Share Omaha. They have the annual donations that they give. So group economics is going to be crucial if we're going to make it as a community. That's what the methodology that we used in Hilltop Projects. I'm pretty sure they did at Spencer, Vietnam, and Southside. Maya Park. Tommy Rose. So these are, places where they housed a lot of black people, poor white people, Native American. So when it's Making Money Monday, we always talk about who's making the money. It's the judicial system, it's the medical system, it's the correctional system, and it's the banking system. Where are the people? Where are we the people? We got to look at how we and where we put our money at as minority churches. We had to look at minority institutions sometimes in order to make sure that our congregation had the ability to acquire loans. We always crying about racism. We putting too much time in whining about racism. We're never going to change that. You can pray about it. Y'all been praying about it since man been on earth. You see it every day. It's always someone that's not going to like someone. They fighting over in Ukraine. They fighting in Israel. They fighting all over this world right now because people don't like each other. The have do not want the have not to have anything. This is just the way it is. And so the only way for those that truly want to survive, if you truly want to survive, we got to have love first, and then collective economics and collective intelligence. I argue, bring your economists in here. Bring them in. I don't care what kind of degree they got. I would eat them up. Because mutualism is the best system. Bring your capitalists, bring your socialists, bring your communists in here. I would eat them up. They have no knowledge. They're weak. Mutualism is the best system. Look it up, y'all. Mutualism is the best system. It's a system where I need you and you need me. Kind of going back to the trading post days. Everybody got a certain skill set. The Native Americans, helped the early settlers, the Pilgrims, survive their first winter. They didn't know how to survive over here. They had to be taught. So and then they killed him. What kind of things you get? So it's always someone that ain't gonna like you. So you gotta be prepared for that. That's why we call it Tell the Truth Tuesday, because you gotta be truthful to yourself. You gotta expect other people to lie, cheat, steal, rob, kill, rape, dealt with all that. So in this Making Money Monday, I'm challenging, of course, the churches to look at the largest black bank in America. Send your money there. Now your congregation have the ability to get loans. Boss with me.
I know King fully loaded.
What you doing tomorrow? Okay.
MK.
Yeah. I got 9 lives, I done died like 2 times. Leo, that shine so brightly, you blind. I can't stunt these, I cannot waste my time. 24/4/7, I'm on my grind. I need $1 million hand. I gotta stick to the plan. Playing they role, trying to compete with your man. Face so Stevie, I got Bleezy blowing cushy at big blunts. She gon' can leave your blood with 2. Yeah, that's my baby. She bossed up, 2 up. Yeah, turned her to a mill. She got small waist and D cups. She like the way I move my bars of dope, cocaine. Mr. Music City, they know my name. Count it up, yeah. We run. Round it up, pound it up now. She bust. She drop on the pole, she twerking, she cold, I'm throwing that money. I stick to the code, I'm playing my road, I'm cold. It's nothing.
I've been out here pushing weight. I've been out here feeling great. Really out here up days. Really out here living bad. Bad niggas Spanish. Break it down, roll the cabbage. Talking money, that's my language. Yeah. I've been out here pushing weight. I've been out here feeling great. Really out here up days. Really out here living bad. Bad niggas Spanish. Break it down, roll the cabbage. Talking money, that's my language. Yeah.
I got a package on the way. Half of it top shelf, the other mid-grade. Yeah, about that cheddar we don't play. Had some folk at your doorstep with Dracos and K's. Hey, that's just a safety precaution. I'm out of this red like a Martian. I got her flowing like a faucet. Hey, she said she really want it. She looking at me, got me folding. Cause she gon' ride it like a pony. Yeah, hey. I pave the way for my homies. I'm taking real ones with me. I'm walking like I talking. Yeah, hey, I got the juice in the city. Money that came up quickly. My be calling me Diddy. Count it up, yeah. We run. Round it up, pound it up now. She bust. She drop on the pole, she twerking, she cold, I'm throwing that money. I stick to the code, I'm playing my road, I'm cold. It's nothing.
I've been out here pushing weight. I've been out here feeling great. Really out here up days. Really out here living bad. Bad niggas Spanish. Break it down, roll the cabbage. Talking money, this my language. Yeah. I've been out here pushing weight. I've been out here feeling great. Really out here up days. Really out here living bad. Bad niggas Spanish. Break it down, roll the cabbage. Talking money, this my language. Yeah.
Hold up. Bounce. Yo, hold up. I woke up, got out my bed, it was a sunny day. Brush my teeth, clean my skin, cause I love my face. Ain't got time for all that stressing. I'm receiving all my blessings. About to love and hug myself, cause I got time today. Whatever happened yesterday, guess what? Ain't worried about it. On my masterpiece today, you know I'm about it. I ain't stressing about no bills. I ain't got no time to chill. Put some problems in my face, I'm just gonna bounce about it. Like why you mad at me? Because I chose to love myself, yes I am proud of me. Not where I'm trying to go just yet, but I'm about to be. Now put your hands up in the sky and be thankful you still here and stop asking them why. Lord, I got it. You know I got it. Look, but I got it. And ain't nobody on this earth gon' ever come and stop it. Cause I'm from the country, South got something to say. Spun a big boy with Rick Kane. They let me bounce out my shoulder pop. Got my shoulder, feel the vibe. I ain't stressing today. Yo, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. You negative, but I got time. I ain't stressing today. Yo, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. Peace and love is on my mind. I ain't stressing today. Yeah, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. I'm I'ma tell you one more time. I ain't stressing today. Yeah, I ain't stressing today. Watch not with the day. I buff it up good with the shit. Feeling good. Think I might just pull up on my granny. We watch that Wheel of Fortune while we eat that church chicken. She tell me that she been thinking one day I'm gonna win a Grammy. I say now shout out to my baller, that boy on a mission. Got my line so crispy when I talk, they pay attention. And my lady is so bad, swear she was born in her bag. Had to give her extra cash to go tip her beautician. Like how you look that good? I'm about to show you off, let's cool up through my neighborhood. You said my partner tried to holler, boy, I wish he would. You know what, I ain't even much tripping. I'm confident in me, so can't nobody catch me slipping. And don't call me on FaceTime, I be barely texting. Try to love her for myself, I'ma send me a message. Nah, please don't hit my line if all you got to do is slide. It don't matter, I ain't gon' check, I'ma be busy flexing. Bounce your shoulder, feel the vibe. I ain't stressing today, yo. I ain't stressing today. You negative, well I ain't got time. I ain't stressing today, yo. I ain't stressing today. Peace and love is on my mind. I ain't stressing today, yeah. I ain't stressing today. I'ma tell you one more time. I ain't stressing today, yeah. I ain't stressing today. Hey, hold up. Why you mad at everybody out there? Did you hug yourself today? Yo, I ain't stressing today. I ain't stressing today. Yo. You got somebody who getting on your nerves, trying to ruin your day. Here's what you tell them. Yo, I ain't stressing today. I ain't stressing today. Yo, this house.
Yeah, it is. It reminds us we're not in control, and that's probably okay. We're not supposed to be in control of everything. No.
I guess that's where that free will comes in.
That's right.
Yes, that's where that feel. You know, people been arguing free will. Welcome back to the show, Omaha. You can slide over this way a little bit. Get you in that camera.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got the we're going to stream it YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
All right.
I tried to do TikTok this morning, but they asked for a lot of information, credit card information. They wanted facial recognition. That's the thing. I guess that's for safety. But I don't know. The Chinese, y'all getting all the information.
I don't know if facial recognition. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they want your ID and stuff, man. That's the thing.
Well, that takes time too.
Yeah, it did. I will try to stream TikTok this morning because you got to have 1,000. I want you guys to go to our YouTube because we got to get our YouTube up to 1,000 viewers right now. We're struggling. I need you guys to go to YouTube. Go to 95.7 The Boss. Just subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. Let us know that you are there. Request to be. What's going on? Anthony Jones, KC is in the building. You know, today we call it Making Money Monday. We don't talk about dollars and cents. No, we're talking about the things that bring dollars and common sense, per se. See, my mom couldn't read and write, but she had a PhD in common sense. And even though she couldn't write, she could count. Now, she couldn't count all the way up, but she can count. And so that's the foundation of God. God is mathematics. Everything that we see, everything is mathematical. The separation between my eyes has a measurement. The weight of water that's on my eyeball has a measurement. See, we're smart over here. We're real smart over here. And so on this Making Money Monday, we have to collaborate and see. And that's what you see right now. We don't look the same. We're not the same gender. But our mission is the same. Our conclusion is the same. And sometimes you have to use, like we talked about earlier, collective intelligence. We say that we're the smartest on earth at this particular time. That's what we say. I don't know. My man that developed Edison would say something different. Einstein would say something different. You know, they would say they were the smartest at this particular time. I don't know. So since we are claiming to be the smartest at this particular time, then we should have a little bit more tolerance, a little bit more love for each other, because we have seen what has happened in our past by not sharing. And that's what this Making Money Monday is all about. When we talk about collective economics, we're sharing. Not only intelligent wealth, because we're smart by coming together, but we're sharing economic wealth. And if we're going to make it as a community, I'm telling you, I call it the children book. Y'all call it the Bible and the Quran, because the book is real. It's real young. We've been on earth for millions of years. But the children book is coming true. Some of the stuff in the Bible and the Quran is coming true. So if we see it, man, we got time to make a change. And so we got to use our collective economics. We got to use our collective intelligence, y'all. We have children, grandchildren. My grandson was over. He got sick last night. And so this is my first experience, because, when you raise a child and then now you got grandchildren, you forget about, the everything thing with the child. And so I think about, because I was up about 4 o'clock. I was going to probably go work. I was going to go work out. But then I heard rumbling upstairs and rumbling around upstairs. I said, "Damn, what they doing upstairs? What's going on?" And then all of a sudden, my grandson come down, and then my grandson come back down. He asked for the candle. I said, "What's wrong?" And then he came back down to me. He said, "Well, Papa, I threw up." I said, "You threw up?" And it smelled in the room. I said, so I want to make sure my son was all right. He was cleaning everything up. I said, "Well, you come down with me." I said, let's drink some water, because we get your stomach right. And then we were sitting there watching TV, watching news, trying to catch up on the world. And I said, "Man, why don't you go to sleep?" Because it's about like 5, because they still got to go to school. And so we laid on the couch together, man. That's so family, y'all. That collective, you know what I mean? So that's why family is so important, y'all. It's so important. So on this Making Money Monday, I got a guest in the house, and you know how these stars are, Omaha. You know how these stars are. They get their own noun, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates. I'm gonna let this young lady introduce herself. We'll get right into the dialogue, because she coming with that same economics when we're talking about that collective intelligence, but also wealth, so we can help out everybody. Ain't that great? I mean, wow. I mean, that's such a hard thing to help out everybody, not just a certain group or whatever, or a certain territory. I'm trying to be nice this morning. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself. We'll get it right. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Teresa Martison.
Okay.
Executive Director, Share Omaha. I'm doing so good. Thanks for having me here today.
No problem. I'm gonna have you talking that mic so people can't hear.
That's a good idea. Oh, great.
See, I got a bass voice. I don't know where you are.
I don't know either.
Okay.
It's just not bass, probably.
Okay. I know. I don't know.
Okay. How's that?
There
we go.
With all those names,
Yeah.
I did take music composition, but I just like to listen to music. So what brings you here today?
Yeah. So what brings me here, just pretty much what you're talking about is how we are here in the world and in the Midwest. We have giving hearts, and we all want to, give together and see what's possible and what we can do in community with each other, right? So what better time? It's November. That means Giving Tuesday's coming up. So Giving Tuesday is always a Tuesday following Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So this year that falls on November 28th. And what Giving Tuesday is the one day. Now, every day we give and we help each other, right? But in the Metro, Giving Tuesday, November 28th, is the one day we can see, what can we do in 24 hours to really impact the community. And I always like to think in terms of, okay, we're giving this much or giving this, but what's that doing? How,
right.
I always like to know, well, gosh, how am I specifically helping someone? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what November 28th is about. And that's what I want to talk about. It's that time of year. It's November. Okay. We're almost halfway through November. So that, how can we position for the holiday season and to make, for folks in the community, but then also to help our nonprofits make sure they're well positioned in January 2024 to be ready to go to serve their mission. So that's what Giving Tuesday is all about. So November 28th for 24 hours, what Giving Tuesday means is people in the community can donate to their choice of hundreds of nonprofits. And you can search those nonprofits, donate online through shareomaha.org. But what's really cool is you can search all the nonprofits they're on the left-hand side. And I don't know about you, but sometimes there's certain causes we all care about, but then you think, well, what about the nonprofits that are also serving this cause, or a brand new nonprofit who found a real niche and need in the community? How do I find out about those in a particular cause area? Well, that's something you can do. Maybe you support the arts or children, animals. There's nonprofits, kind of flying under the radar that you may not hear about, but you can learn about those by searching nonprofits to give to on Giving Tuesday. There's more than 600 local nonprofits. And it's a great day because every gift, you mentioned this, no matter the size, we can all do something. Every gift builds momentum for our community and big results. And then we've got some numbers. This year's, every year's different, and there's always different need. So we've got some things to share about that as well.
Well, it's necessary. I think, like I said, we give every day because we have church.
Yes.
I know Omaha is one of the most philanthropic community probably in the world. But yet we still need to, man, I truly believe if the world's going to change, it's going to start here in Omaha.
I agree. Absolutely. I agree.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
And so it's only one ONE. It's only one ONE. Shouts out to Tupelo, Mississippi. They get second. But it's only one Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Period. And we've already proven that greatness comes from here. We've already proven that greatness comes from here.
That's right. And we can build on that. Yeah. Giving's down across the United States,
right,
and in the community. That doesn't, my thought is that doesn't mean people's hearts have changed. Not at all. People still want to give and they want to do everything they can. It's just we're all trying to figure everything out.
Yeah,
since the pandemic.
This is the pandemic. Everybody is suffering.
Yeah.
Economically. And that's why I'm glad we have our city councilwoman in, so we can talk politics next and talk on how we allocating dollars. That came down from not only from the CARES Act, but ARPA and you never know what's going to come on the horizon. And since government and big organizations got their money first, it's going to get worse, y'all. I've been talking about that. God just says it's going to get worse. And that's why our workers is so important.
Yeah. And that's how we take care of each other, right? Okay. So, right. And you're right. We are one of the most, if not the most philanthropic, and we always rise to the occasion and take care of each other. And so on that theme, we asked nonprofits, okay, things are down, fundraising's down. So what can we do to help close that gap? Everybody wants to know how to help, and we want to know what the efforts are in the right place, right? So we asked our nonprofits, okay, how many new supporters would you need November 28th or, before the end of the year to make sure you continue your work, focused on your mission, you can address the most immediate need. More than 80% say they just need fewer than 200 new $100 donors. And so that makes me think, oh, we can close that gap in the community, that fundraising gap, just, by working together. No more than 200 $100 donations. So I think, well, gosh, what can I do? Could I help be that 200? So we were talking about, and I don't know if you had, if we had shared this, but okay, so what does that mean? Well, what does the average family spend on the holidays? I didn't want to know this reality because, we do it and then we don't, how much did we spend? So we thought, okay, what could that mean? Well, coincidentally, that number is $997 the average family spends. So then we did the math. Well, what if every family considered donating just $100, which is about 10% of the $997? Well, there you go. That's what our nonprofits told us. If we just had 200, each nonprofit, saying if we just had 200 new $100 donors, we could close that gap. So we thought, what if we challenge a community, each family? Okay, kids, and we're doing this too in our house. We're not going to spend that $100 we think we're going to spend on something we want. We're going to look at a nonprofit to give to, and then so then the opportunity lies in, okay, so that's a good discussion. Well, how are we going to it's an opportunity to learn too, right? How are
Right.
we going to spend that $100? So
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then also we gotta look at how other people give, and we take advantage of it, and we don't. And sometimes we don't talk about it because sometimes a restaurant might be giving a discount or
That's right.
or something free.
Oh yeah,
So
and
it's-
that makes impact
Mhm.
so many different ways.
Mhm.
Yeah, so many different ways. The restaurants, do what you can do, right?
Mhm.
Another way is, at every at parts in your life, it's like there's times in my life where we've all had more, we've had more time than money,
Mhm.
sometimes more money than time,
Mhm.
or sometimes treasure. There's a skill I have to offer.
Right.
Okay, I can do that, and I don't have to go anywhere. Maybe I can volunteer from home with the skill I have. So yeah, to that point, I love this, and this went up, which is good. But the value of a volunteer hour is $31.80.
Wow.
So even if you're like, I don't have the money, but gosh, I have an hour. You save a nonprofit, round up $32 just by volunteering for an hour. To
Right.
your point, there's other ways to give. That's giving. Volunteering is philanthropy.
Yeah.
Giving your skill is philanthropy. If you can knit, there's a nonprofit that'll take your, little baby size hats for the NICU, things
Okay,
like that. There's
okay.
things you can do to volunteer your time too.
Okay,
It helps
crochet-
their bottom line.
Okay, crochet leads to hat scarves.
That's right.
To coats and,
Yes.
and glove giveaways. So, everyone, if everyone did a little bit, a lot will get done. We all have skill sets, and so if you can't give on Giving Tuesday, you can call organization up and say, "Well, I can volunteer."
That's right. You can call and find out how to volunteer. You can search types of volunteering. Skills-based volunteering. That means, I ask you, what hobby do you have, or
Mhm.
what's a skill you have that you think, well, that's not anything. There's a chance it is.
Right.
Okay, for example, I love to read. That's my thing. That's how I, de-stress, I love to read. So you can either volunteer, you can certainly volunteer to read to kids, or North Star Foundation.
Mhm.
If you have $100 to give, that makes it possible for one child to participate in a book club for 1 year.
Wow. Wow.
One whole year, so things like that.
Heck yeah. And then there's a deaf and blind radio station over at Emmanuel. And so
Yes.
they'll love people to come in and read periodicals,
That's right.
magazines, because over here we don't forget the sick and shed in, without a doubt. We don't forget them.
No.
And so happy Veteran Day for those that that need love, that sacrifice by signing on that dotted line to die for us and not getting the love that you deserve. And so we appreciate all those veterans, because my dad was in the Air Force. We wouldn't be here without my dad being in the Air Force, without a doubt.
That's right. And that's on Giving Tuesday. That's a lot of what we see
Mhm.
is folks opening their hearts for military families.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I echo that. You bet.
So sharing, y'all, all we're talking about is sharing.
Hmm.
Just sharing a little bit of your wealth. And it's like tithing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's actually a brownie point to get in heaven, because you're loving thy neighbor.
Hmm.
I mean, if you guys, theology didn't have a lab, so I created my own lab, and so I'm letting you know that this is a lab participating activity. Shouts out to Mid Lutheran College for making me smart. So
That's right. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
by giving, you shall receive, indirectly or sometimes directly.
I believe that always. Even $12 to Completely Kids can feed a child for a weekend where they would not have food otherwise. Just $12.
Wow.
Right? $25 to A Mother's Love is a nonprofit, provides families hygiene kits. Hygiene kits. That's huge for building confidence and dignity and
Right.
and honoring, people what they need.
Mhm.
So even we talk about the $100 donation, even $12 feeds a child for a weekend. Completely Kids, a local nonprofit. North Omaha Area Health Clinic, $25 can fill prescription. I love this because then we're talking about health, right?
That's how we go.
Fill
I got
prescription.
them right here. Right
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Awesome. Yes, thank you. For someone without insurance or the ability to
Mhm.
pay.
Right.
So, empowerment. We're talking about no more empty pots. That's empowerment for the future and learning. Code Black Professional Tech Network. I love this. I wish I knew coding. I want to learn. But a $50 donation can provide testing vouchers,
Okay.
and study materials. That's empowerment.
Without a doubt.
Learning to code, and anyway, so
Next generation, we can create
yes,
conduits of opportunity, especially everything's going AI.
that's
We got to
right.
make sure that we pushing our young people.
That's right.
Shouts out to I think they keep changing the school. I know Horse Man is teaching that right over here. 7th and 8th graders, they learning coding over there.
Yeah.
I said, man, I'm envious of you guys. Some smart kids over there.
Oh yeah, 7th and 8th
Without
graders can
doubt.
code. So 5th
Without
graders,
doubt, they smart.
and they do, it's great. So and they
Mhm.
love it.
Mhm.
So yeah, supporting any opportunity or training or time and heart put into teaching kids to code is so worth supporting.
Without doubt.
Yeah.
Well, give us a
So-
recap of who you are again, your
You bet.
organization that you represent, and the day that you where you want everybody to give or share.
That's right. It is sharing, right? Because to give. Because when you give, you also share because you're sharing your heart and you learn something in the process.
Right.
That's sharing
Mhm.
because, like you said, it comes around, right?
Full circle.
Full circle always. When you learn something, then it's like and then you spread that knowledge.
Mhm.
So, Giving Tuesdays, November 28th, for 24 hours. We always rise to the occasion in this community, and this is our opportunity to rise to the occasion. Let's see what we can do in 24 hours.
Mhm.
Giving Tuesday, November 28th. Go to shareomaha.org and search ways you can donate. You can certainly search ways to volunteer
Okay.
and shop wish list items. Absolutely, get those items straight where they need to be as soon as possible. If you like to, rather than make a donation, it's like, no, I want to. I'll donate, cash, but gosh, I want to know exactly where it's going. I want to
Mhm.
make sure if someone needs diapers or a baby crib or clothes, I can search online on shareomaha.org, make a purchase and ship it
Mhm.
and ship right there. But for the straight donation on Giving Tuesdays, that's what we're talking about because we'll be tallying that all day long. And it's so fun to see how we all rise to the occasion. Just search on that left-hand side. You can search by cause. You can search by nonprofit. You can search by, dollar amount or
Okay.
range. You can also give early. If you go to shareomaha.org, if you're going to be busy on Giving Tuesday, but you want your dollars to show on that day as part of the tally,
Right.
you can give early. Just use the donation code at shareomaha.org. All capital letters, Giving Tuesday, one word. And that'll you can do that now and it'll lock you in to be counted on Giving Tuesday, but you can make the donation now. And what
Right.
you're doing is giving online, pick a nonprofit to give to. 100% of that donation goes straight to that nonprofit.
Right.
Nothing goes anywhere else. It goes straight to that nonprofit, real-time donation.
How can new nonprofits? They just heard about you today.
Oh, sure.
Get involved with Share Omaha.
You bet. To get involved with Share Omaha, so you just info@shareomaha.org. And if you just reach out that way, Candy will follow up and we'll, and that's how it works is nonprofits get involved. And that's how nonprofits can say, hey, here's how we need donations. Here's how we will use donations. We have volunteer needs. So any nonprofit who needs donations, who needs volunteers, info@shareomaha.org, and then we'll get connected. And then you get a profile on shareomaha.org.
Mhm.
When you have a profile on shareomaha.org as a nonprofit, all the folks in the community, especially Giving Tuesday or every day of the year, 24/7, 365, that's another pipeline, another way for a nonprofit to receive donations
Okay.
without having to create their own,
Right.
code their own,
Mhm.
website or pipeline. That's what Share Omaha does. So that's what, nonprofits, it's a really good way to add just an additional way to get those donations, get those volunteers, get those shopping wish list items. Yeah. So Giving Tuesday, and then the November 28th, but then also thinking, all right, have that conversation with your families. Okay. Is there $100 or even $12, right?
Mhm.
That we can, instead of buying something for ourselves, hey, let's redirect those dollars to a nonprofit at shareomaha.org on Giving Tuesday, and what that can do to help close the gap for nonprofits serving their mission, serving the community with just 200 new $100 donations.
So we just talking about 18,000 people. You said 16. What you said? Was
Well-
it 700 nonprofit, 800 nonprofit?
Yeah, 700 nonprofits, but
so 14,000 people.
Yeah, and it might be the 18. We had 1,800, so it can be done. Last year we had 1,800 new donors.
Okay.
So we know, yeah, as we said
Okay.
before, we know Omaha's up to the challenge to do the giving. We had 1,800 last year, so new
Okay.
donors. So
All right.
yeah,
Well, appreciate you, Teresa, for coming in and leading the organization. And as we talked about on Making Money Monday, we talked about collective group economics, and when you bring a group of nonprofit together, it's a win-win for everyone. And also to have the resources for volunteers, donations on a daily basis, but also a wish list if you need certain items for your nonprofit. What a great collection of organizations. So make sure you guys go to shareomaha.org
you got it. Yeah. Thank
and
you.
get signed up, especially if you're a new nonprofit. It's a way to network with more mature nonprofits, but also it's a way to get your name out to the grander audience.
Mhm.
Anything
you.
that we didn't discuss before we get out of here?
No, you covered it, but I just want to tell you, thank you for the message of sharing. Giving is sharing, and
Mhm.
we teach our kids always share. You know,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
thank you for making that connection.
Oh, no
Yeah.
problem. Sometimes I like to play. I like to
Yep.
play, and sometimes we adults forget we were kids one day.
Mhm.
I was a young lad. This is yesterday, not too far.
Mhm.
And so I like to play, and so we got to remember the simple things. And as adults, we forget
Mhm.
to wash our hands,
That's right.
as we tell our children.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? And all the other stuff that we tell our children that we don't do any longer. And so we need to just go back to the basics.
That's right.
Back to the simple things. I think I'm going to advocate that we go back to the trading posts before the dollars and the cents. We appreciated it. It was a system of mutualism.
Yeah.
You know how to hunt. She know how to cook. I know how to clean.
Yeah. Skills based.
Right. So everybody
Skills
had
have value. Yeah.
a God-given talent, and that's how community was raised. And
Mhm.
so, and that's how I was raised in Hilltop Projects. I didn't know
Mhm.
I was poor because we used the talents of our neighbors. We shared, and we kept our word was bond.
Yeah.
And that's how we survived, by using
Mhm.
that sharing, that
That's right.
collective economics. So November 28th, Share
That's right.
Omaha is doing it again. Go make sure you guys go to shareomaha.org to get signed up, especially if you're a new nonprofit. This is a way you can grow.
Yeah. You got it.
Any
Thank
shots
you.
out? Anyone you want to thank?
Well, I just want to thank you for the time and sharing the message. So thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
All praise to
We do.
God.
Yeah. I mean, we do have, sure. It is worth mentioning. It is important to mention that we do have companies that also make this possible and share. Sequence Health and Medical Solutions that sponsor
Good,
Giving
good.
Tuesday, and then Farm Credit Services of America and Kiewit also have a supporting role in sponsorship. So they help make this possible, so that 100%
Okay.
of those donations can go straight to the nonprofits
Okay.
and go straight to people.
Well, we're
So
gonna challenge those corporations. We got a lot of Fortune 500 companies, and a lot of y'all get tax breaks. We don't want another Conagra around here. Y'all take and then y'all run away. No, so y'all give some money up. Y'all big corporations. I mean, how you gonna survive by not being a good neighbor? This is supposed to be a good life, and if this is a good life, we gotta have good neighbors.
that's it.
For real.
Mhm.
And so y'all saving money on the taxes. Give to the nonprofits that's actually helping the people so they can support your business. Look at that cycle effect. Look at that
Mhm.
cycle effect. But if the people don't have money to support your business, then they're gonna be like another Conagra. You gotta leave, whining and crying. I don't know if I even eat Conagra stuff any longer. They didn't pay all their taxes. But I got to pay our taxes. All right. Y'all share on November 28th, y'all. We got our city councilwoman in here. We're going to talk some city politics, y'all. We're going to take a quick break. Again, I want to thank Teresa of Share Omaha for coming in and dropping the knowledge and reinforcing, Making Money Monday. This is how we make money, by collectively coming together and sharing.
That's right.
Without doubt. We're going to take a quick break. We got our councilwoman up next, Miss Johnson. Oh, yeah, without doubt. Let me see what we're going to do. Today is Making Money Monday, It's 28 minutes after 8 o'clock, and I'm feeling. I think I need some heat, y'all. We need some hot like summer. Boss with us.
I'm good. I'm Teresa Martin.
Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, waste steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, waste steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. I've been on the move, road running. Ain't on your calls for nothing. I've been on my grind, yeah. Can't kick it, baby. So I ain't got time. You said you love me. Would you still be if my money ain't right? Tell me the truth, baby. Talk to me nice. Think that I'm holding the back of your mind. Chasing these millions, ain't chasing no dimes. Love won't pay the bills. Love that might get you pills. So I'm careful who deal with me. I'ma catch a case if you ain't ready for me. Shooters even better drill for me. Fake love, yeah, I'm starting to feel it. Gotta split the block, so I'm stitching these stitches. And if we get money, don't speak how we did it. Can't go with nobody who ain't with it. If I fuck with you, we running up digits. Can't stop at 6 figures. I'm $1 million baby. I can't be your little baby. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, waste steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, waste steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. I need somebody who really about it. My own shouldn't drive, I carry my bag. They running their lips, but ain't really on shit. I told you once, don't speak what I did. It's a dead mouse in the trap. You play with my cheeks, you just fly. That's how you silence a rat. You making noise, tell the truth, you ain't speaking the facts. Babe, I'm gonna keep it 100. Would you rather have me tell you a lie? Giving you options, you won't love me or not. Hold on to the thought while I handle this drive. Babe, I was gonna be right back. You didn't understand that. I had to hang up these racks. I'm not your typical catch. I like rich sex in the back of the Phantom. Stars on the ceiling, it's not a rental. Been a long day, me good. How you been, boo? Ain't tryna argue about these. Stay busy on the road. You see that I'm here with you. No, I ain't tryna argue about. Stay busy on the road, you know. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, waste steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Baby, I'm hot like summer. Yeah, I'ma do what I wanna, waste steady. Tryna wipe it down. I'm getting money right now. Need no love ties holding me down. Holding me down. Need no love ties that's holding me down. If I run it up, you gon' stick around. If I run it up, you gon' be around. Your love ties that's holding me down.
About the opportunities of joining, all the benefits of actually joining.
Oh, sure.
So we can get more non advantage of coming together. Omaha, the Burbs of Bluffs. All right. Omaha, the Burbs of Bluffs. Again, we want to thank Teresa for coming in from shareomaha.org. Make sure you guys follow up. It's an opportunity where we can come together and work together. You know what I mean? Come together and work together. Take your time downstairs. It's a time, and we gotta go across ethnicities, genders, because those that have use all these techniques to separate us, y'all. We have way more similarities than dissimilarities. And so, if you're a Republican white male, you want your children to go to school and educate. Me too. You want your grandchildren to make sure they have an education and their life is fulfilled. Me too. You want to make sure the women in your lives are taken care of. Me too. See all the similarities that I got with the white Republican male that I don't even know, but they think we got all these. You like golf? I like golf too. What you like tennis? I like tennis too. You like sticks? I like AC/DC. I like them too. I know y'all like BB King. I know y'all like Rita Franklin.
Yeah.
I already know y'all do because I already know y'all like Sam Cooks. I already know y'all do. Because we wouldn't thrive without the white community supporting us.
Right.
So we gotta get out of this they control the media, y'all. So they conquer and divide. They did it to not only poor communities, but y'all do it to the majority too. Remember the Europeans, they used to fight all the time. The English didn't get along with the Irish. They didn't get along with the German. They used to fight all the time up there, y'all. So everybody don't like each other. It's a shame. Everybody don't like each other, but we should at least try to. We have our city council woman in the building. We're gonna talk some city politics. I know the city council meeting is next week. So how?
Well, the city council meeting actually is tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. My bad.
There will
tomorrow.
be no city council meeting on November 21st and 28th.
For the holidays?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
holidays. Yes, holidays.
Mhm. Now, do you guys, because up in Lincoln, they only work what, 3 months, 6 at the most in a short session. They work maybe.
Well, my understanding, the short session is 60 days. That's my
Okay.
understanding.
Okay. So they got short sessions 60 days. I think the long session is what, 120 days?
Right.
So you work year round.
Correct. Primarily every Tuesday there is a city council meeting at 2:00.
Mhm.
With the exceptions of the holidays, and when that occurs, then we will find that we will not meet on that Tuesday after the holiday or before the holiday.
Okay. Now, is there anything urgent that's going on?
Well, right now, what's popping in my head right now is yesterday I had the opportunity to attend the 158th anniversary for one of the oldest churches in Omaha, Nebraska, which is called St. John
Okay.
American Methodist Episcopal
Okay.
Church, AME. They had a nice celebration. 158 years.
Wow.
They have been representing this community to help with a number of things, social inequalities, just helping families navigate through areas, especially where we have individuals in pockets
Mhm.
experiencing poverty, mental health, and all kinds of social issues
Mhm.
that primarily impacts this District 2. This church celebrated its 158th anniversary.
We talked about that. My gentleman, Maya, because he just wrote a book about Vicks popcorn, and we met the other day about the four oldest churches, and we say St. John AME is actually older than the state of Nebraska. It's
Right.
actually
They
older
pointed
than
that out
yeah.
in their history yesterday.
Mhm. And so that brother wants to do the history of the people that attended the church.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And because you talked about the history of what they did, and those were the people.
Right.
Everything that you named were families or people that put up those initiatives for our freedom.
Right. They were, yeah.
And so,
I would suspect that they're long gone now.
oh yeah, they're gone. They're gone now. But Mount St. John, Zion,
Right.
Mount Moriah, all
Right.
around about 100. I think they're 135.
Okay.
So you got churches. You got like three, 4 churches that's over 130 years old, and they're
Right.
black,
Oh, wow.
and they're all around here,
In
all
this
around
area.
here. And so this brother wants to capture the stories of those families that made that allowed me to talk how I'm talking right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So,
Because they wasn't allowed to talk like this.
right. So, we should pay homage for those that have come before us, and especially in recognizing some of the significance that they played in our lives. So again, someone said, "Hey, if you don't learn from history, you're subject to repeat it."
Mhm.
And so definitely we want to learn from the experiences and the knowledge that our forefathers had, so that perhaps we can prevent some failures in the future.
Without doubt. That's why elders are so important, because they are the griots of our community. They are the ones that pass down the stories. And so it's disrespectful when we don't respect our elders, because they already know, no, you don't want to do it that way, because I already done it that way, and it didn't into the results I wanted to. So elders are very important, y'all. Now, tomorrow, anything significant that
Well, for those of you, I'm celebrating the fact that Phil McLean is going to be building 9 homes
Okay.
on 47th then Curtis,
Okay.
right there in the area of used to be called Maya Park, in that area, close in proximity.
Okay.
We know that that area has faced a lot of crime and things like that in the years past.
hmm
We're trying to resurrect that area, bring it back to life, vibrancy, all of that. So we have a young man that will bring 9 homes into the area, and they will be affordable homes. Now, when we talk about affordable, that is a large definition. It doesn't really scratch the surface of
hmm
what affordable home means. To this community, affordable homes would have to address the fact that the median income in this area is below $20,000 a year annually. So when we talk about affordable homes, that's what I'm talking about.
hmm
Not everyone has the opportunity to make 60,000 plus. So we have to take that into consideration. So
hmm
back to this 9 homes. This 9 homes that will be brought into this area is going to be exemplified by people working together in our community. Not only will Mr. McLean benefit from this and other individuals that will reside in these homes after they're built, we will have major players helping us carry this heavy lift in building the 9 homes. Those heavy players could be Habitat for Humanity, also Metro Community College, also could be William King, as he report out on the news as we journey toward the building of these 9 homes.
hmm
There's a lot of skill sets that could benefit from elevating this opportunity that will be happening right in the heart of North Omaha. So I would encourage anyone, whether that be vendors, suppliers, 9 homes are going to be built. Let's think, let's stretch. Let's see how we can uh, strengthen the economic value in this area. There is something that you do
hmm
that is significant that can contribute to this building of 9 homes. Needless to say, 9 homes are being built and hasn't had that type of movement in our community in such a long time.
hmm
And so I would be remiss as a representative for this area not to sound off the trumpets regarding this type of investment, this type of development, this type of collaboration that we expect to have
Right.
in a mighty way. And again, community, look out, because again, this is just the start of what we, and I mean we, can do collectively to control the narrative of our lives as we continue to journey and grow into our own communities.
Now, 2023 is going to be ending in what, less than 40 some days, 50 some days. Um, what's your agenda for 2024? What do you want to accomplish in 2024?
Well, again, my platform always resonated on jobs, jobs, jobs. I will continue messaging that, not only messaging that, but strategically putting forth action to that message. Again, I mentioned the homes at 47th and Curtis, but there are also going to be a development right there at Walnut Hill on 40th and Hamilton. As a matter of fact, I will be meeting with In Common, who will be leading that effort as we develop that corner. Lots of homes, opportunities for commercial development there. Again, the platform is jobs, jobs, jobs. How can individuals help with this development? Find your niche. See what it is that you can offer to not only have a development come in our area and then we don't enjoy the riches of that development. In order for true economic development to occur, everyone has a part in that piece. So please, I encourage you to think within your wheelhouse. Find a solution or a service that you can provide to In Common so that the community will be circulating those dollars back into the community.
Right.
So that's coming forward. There is other opportunities that will be coming. So I'm again to speak to your answer. We will continue to explore other opportunities for development. Julian Young will be doing a ribbon cutting to bring forth a bank. That ribbon cutting is due to be at the end of the month, first of the year.
Okay, good. Good.
We have another bank that's going to be on 30th and Fowler that's coming into the area. Lots of opportunities.
Okay.
As the days ahead, I will be sharing those opportunities, and I need everyone in the community to again seek your investment
Right.
to how you can pour back into your community
Right.
and then enrich your livelihood. And again, that's how those dollars continue to circulate in our community.
Well, that's good to hear that we got two banking institutions. I know Julian's Black. I've been on the churches. It's Making Money Monday, and the banking institutions, you're depositing all Black people money into institutions that do not loan money to Black people. I cannot say any blunter. Look at the giving and the statistics. I had a presidential candidate, Brother Quinley, out of Washington, D.C., running for independent to be our next president, and he wants to modify the credit system. Because if you get a house, man, if you get a home, you can't take the home, you can't steal a home, it's gonna be here.
Right.
Versus a car, you get a car, loan versus a house loan, but we need shelter.
Uh-huh.
And we're talking about affordable housing. So it goes back to collective economics. Today, we have a meeting right now. Nebraska Department of Economic Development have an open house over in South Omaha. And they talking about those dollars through the Department of Economic Development. Now, I'm not happy because of all the rules. But we did have our state senator in here to talk about next year legislation, even though it's a short. We never know if we get the legislation in because it's a short session.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the things that we need to do now. So when they go in session, they already have a bill already whatever drafted. It's similar to our level with the city council. If there's anything that we need to draft now in anticipation for next year.
Right. Those things. Yeah. You're right. I'm glad you mentioned that. So if we have things that we see in our city government that we feel that we need to address as a community, make sure that you present that information to me. Give me a call city council office, and we can see what we can do in terms of an ordinance or a resolution to address those concerns.
The city council, well, this might be the county commissioners, because I already knew it was going to happen. I've been a former probation officer. And growing up in the projects, being a Black male, they like jails around here. They like jails. They like places to lock up the poor, per se. I'm gonna stay nice to y'all this morning since I had the councilwoman in here. But we got 3 youth facilities that's going to be open. to house our young people that might make, the wrong decision.
Right.
How can we be more proactive? I know the city and the city council support Step Up Omaha.
Right.
How can we be more proactive? Because we always want to push the correctional side. We always want to push the penal side. We always want to, from your perspective, what can we do to modify how the budget is given in regards to, on the back end is always corrections, always police, but modify some of that budget on the front end where they sponsor some youth organizations. They'll sponsor a youth concert.
Right.
They'll collaborate. The city collaborate with organizations similar to what the county is doing. The county do give out the Vision Improvement Fund, where they get taxes back from restaurants and hotels, and they use that money to give back to nonprofits who put on events for the community to generate tourism. The county does that. The city need to get more involved in bringing more tourists. I know the county does it. I know we got Visit Omaha, but it needs to be some kind of mechanism where nonprofits still get funded by providing activities similar to what the county is doing. I'm just creating thought. I mean, what can we do different than what we did last year, but continue the momentum that we have created over the last few years?
So to speak to your question regarding what can we do as a community to focus on preventive measures for the juveniles or for the youth, I would encourage you to reach out to your elected official. The juvenile system primarily is an entity that is administered by the county commissioner's office. And that doesn't say that the city doesn't do some things to uplift, but primary.
But the city, but the money comes from the city though. The money comes from the city.
Douglas County Commissioner's office pour into the monies used to run and administer the juvenile justice system. We can differ on or debate on different programs, etc., as it relates to youth, as it relates to who the onus is, city versus county. We can go back and forth on that.
No, I'm in agreement. The county controls the sheriff, the city fund Omaha Police.
Right. So again, back to your question regarding preventive measures, it would be in my mind that the county commissioner's office would have a more heavier hand in coming up with dollars to address the concerns that citizens would have if they're trying to come up with resolutions to address preventing someone from getting into the juvenile justice system in the beginning.
So let me ask you a question. So when I was growing up, there were parks for youth, middle school and high school.
Right.
Right now, all the parks has been changed to kid parks and kid toys. I mean, which is cool, but they get hot, so you can only really play on it for a certain time because of the heat all day.
Right.
And because I take my grandkids to the park, so I live this real life. I take my grandkids to the park, and so it doesn't get used all day long. But there's only a few parks. Erskine, where I grew up at, has not been invested in since and it's been 40 years since I graduated high school. Has not been invested in at all. That park has not. Coons Park, same thing. So it needs to be.
Now you shifted.
No, I'm talking about preventative. I'm talking about being preventative.
Right, but you shifted. You shifted because park services is a city function.
Right.
That is a city function. But when you're looking at that, it's a city function for all citizens.
Yeah, without doubt.
So back to juvenile, how do we do preventive specifically for juveniles?
So I think it's everything from having a place where they can go socialize. When I was in high school, we had CETA. We had what do you call it? Whatever, I forget the name of it. But after the basketball game, football game, Signals, right by Godfathers on Ames.
Right.
So we can go there, socialize. I mean, to me, that's all preventative. Even Family Fun Center was on 72nd and Dodge. So we had an arcade. I mean, everything that youth want to do is not within this community. So I don't mind. And then we got transportation issues because they didn't want to expand or invest in the metro system.
Okay, so for our community,
so I think we need all those kind of activities.
We do.
You know what I mean? So they have something to do.
We do, but for our community, where we have not had the ability to differentiate Douglas County's role versus city roles, I think it's important that we define what lanes we're in.
Right. Well, I mean, everyone has a certain responsibility.
Right.
And I know even one time they talking about merging city and county.
Right.
Because of some of the similar functions.
Right. So that's why I was trying to address your question from a point of what the Douglas County commissioners could do.
Right.
And then I was going to address your issue regarding what the city could do regarding preventive, because I didn't want our audience to get confused.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. East Rose. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why why I was going at your question the way I was addressing it, because I find that sometimes when we're mixing apples and oranges, we're confusing folks as to the various roles. So, I mean, you're right, but it's clear, I also think that it's important that we educate at the same time.
Right out. So
when I'm speaking of Douglas County Commissioner's role as it relates to preventive measures, I would suggest that our community reach out to their county commissioner and ask for them to focus a little bit, put more focus, additional focus on preventive measures.
Right.
And we can give examples of that, such as maybe having youth concerts, maybe having ability for the youth to partner up with nonprofits to learn different trades and different skills way before getting into high school.
Right.
There are a number of things that we could use as far as activities, programs, etc., that perhaps there is funding from the commissioner side of the house that could support those efforts.
Right.
And so I would certainly encourage you to reach out to your county commissioner with that emphasis and that request to assist with preventive measures.
Right.
Also, you mentioned what the city roles. It's three-pronged in my mind. It's a three-pronged approach. Not only county commissioner, city, but also the churches. Okay. So from the city perspective, again, you've already mentioned the parks. We provide a service of parks in our community. The parks are not limited to just youth. They're limited to the whole family.
Right.
So, but to that end, what are we doing to attract things that will entertain that youth to want to go to the park and find that as an outlet to engage and gather with other youth that are of their age in a productive manner.
Right. Now, I would give a good example right in our community. Miller Park.
Right.
Has got the swimming for the little kids, but also the middle-aged kids can also play. But on the south side, they got it for the older adults that's trying to stay in shape like me.
Right.
And the older, and so they got all the exercise over there for them. And then they got the little interesting games over there, the board games. So they got and then they got the little basketball court, but and it's golf.
Right.
So you got so many activities at Miller Park, but it's still and then they just built a baseball diamond over there.
Right. So for the city perspective,
so,
we know that the Parks Department is the primary driver of what activities will be found at these parks.
Right.
So if you are at a park in your neighborhood and you see deficiencies, or you see that there's something that could be added that would be a benefit to your community, then collectively as a community, we should be scratching our heads together and coming up with the solution to submit to the Parks Department.
Okay.
And contact your city council to help you with that initiative to carry it across the finish line.
Okay.
That's how we address the inadequacies, if you will, regarding the parks.
So they need to contact the city council person, a male or female, but also they need to have kind of description of potential potential
identify the problem.
Right.
And that problem could be we don't have enough basketball court.
Right.
That could be.
Right.
So then you've identified the problem, and then you're going to come back with the solution.
Okay.
So always when you're identifying a problem, you should also have a solution to fix that problem.
Okay.
So now you come to your city council person with the problem and the potential fix.
Okay.
And then we move to the direction of the department that will fix that the city provides that service for.
Okay.
And that same approach is regarding our potholes. I know I'm jumping fences here.
No, that's good.
But I'm just saying that's the formula. You identify a problem, you come up with a solution, and then we attack it from that end.
Good. I've got a question.
Now we're back to churches.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I want to hear your churches. Yeah.
Churches, you mentioned earlier to the SHARE organization that back in the day, as a community, we used the barter system, the exchange system. Also back in the day, the churches was the backbone to providing supportive services for families. So I would recommend that the churches return to yesterday and get back into the business of providing supportive service to the families.
Now, when you talking about supportive services, are you talking about helping them pay utilities, helping them pay rent, helping them get food, helping them get medical attention? Well, wherever it was, the church was there for that need.
Well, back in the day, in my mind, supportive services did not have much to do with money, because remember, again, you said we didn't have money at that time.
Right.
So, I mean, we can expand our horizons and add those other things that has a financial dollar to them, if you will. But I'm talking about going back to yesteryears where the church provided social services to the families. That means that they were the instrument to the counseling that families had. They might have been struggling with mental health back in the day. They didn't call it mental health, but nonetheless, the church had deacons, the reverends would sit and have conversations with their congregation as well as others to navigate between what the family was dealing with. Okay, those kinds of things. The church also assisted mom, say they needed a babysitter. They had a trusted person in the church that the constituents, the church members felt comfortable with leaving their children with those individuals, simply because of that relationship that person had with the church.
Yes. Okay.
So those kinds of things, not so much attached with dollars, but attached with supportive
Okay.
services.
Okay. Yeah, just actually just loving thy neighbor, helping thy neighbor out on whatever needs that's necessary, and coming from the heart by manifesting our God-given talents. I mean, that's the only way to have longevity.
Yeah.
At least money out the equation. Money is not even a factor in it. So, how can people get in contact with your office?
402 444 7000 and ask for city council. And that's the operator for the city council, 444 7000. That's the number you can call for any city services. I'm making it easy. I like to make things simple. Call that number, and if you want city council, you ask for city council. If you want the police, you ask for the police. And that's how that works.
Right. Councilwoman, we had Miss Mitchell. She said that she would love to get a speed bump on 21st and Benny. I just know they just put a speed bump right in front of, man, and I was wondering why they put a speed bump over there. It's right in front of the grocery store on 33rd and Parker. They just put a speed bump there.
Okay.
Right there. And I don't know why they put a speed bump on 33rd Street. But I can maybe understand because the grocery store there and maybe kids are there. So I probably can understand that. But 21st and Benny Street, she said she's been trying for years to get a speed bump there. We encourage you to contact your city councilwoman because that's in her district.
Right. And there is a process, just so we know, to do speed bumps. So what will happen is we will send you out paperwork. It's known as a petition.
Okay.
You'll have to get 50% of those in a identified area in which the speed bump would occur. To sign off on the need for the speed bump.
Okay. So you got to do a door-to-door. See, get to know your neighbors again. Just old-fashioned, getting to know your neighbors.
So that's how that process works.
Okay.
If you are interested in doing that, again, call the office. Tag me in, because I can't stress the importance that when you're communicating with the city, I may not always know that you've communicated something. So please make sure that you include me by way of carbon copy so that I know that this conversation is underway. And then we can go from there. I was very effective with getting a speed bump done on 20th Street. 20th and Grace thereby. This has been a year now, but if there's a need for that, we need to go through the process, and the process is to collect the signature on the petition. And the first notification is the call, and then it's the Public Works Department that administers the paperwork regarding the petition. We get that out and get the signatures, and then they evaluate what can be done. Sometimes when we think that a speed bump might be the best preferred method, sometimes Public Work will come back and challenge that. But that's the initiation of getting the process done. Maybe there's other speed mechanisms
actually,
that we can do.
She said that okay, they said it's not 1,000 cars that come through, and so don't want kids to get ran over. Sacred Heart has tried for years also. So, Ms. Mitchell, I would recommend that all y'all organizations, Sacred Heart is doing major work, and they got children that go to school there, and so I think by y'all guys coming together and even like I said, following the protocol of a councilwoman, and even going down there to testify, bring some of the kids with their smiling faces,
So I would ask that this young lady that's on the communicating with us via social media, reach out to me, leave a message for me. I'll try to get back to you. I won't be able to get back to you today or tomorrow, but by the end of the week, I should be able to get back to you and follow through. Go ahead and submit the paperwork myself. through Public Works to get this ball rolling.
Okay. And I know it's Conestoga's in that area. And so we want to make sure our children are safe without a doubt. I love, like I said, my grandson got sick this morning. My first time actually been around him when he got sick. And so if we're not there for him, who's going to be there for him, y'all?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, boots on the ground, boots on the ground. We are the firsthand knowledge folks to see or identify problems in the community.
Mhm.
We are.
Right.
We can't assume that the administration
Right.
know everything because they are not everywhere. So we are the first persons that can identify something that may
Mhm.
be a potential safety risk for our community. So
Mhm.
let's not be afraid to identify those concerns.
And that's why I talked about collective intelligence, where if you see something, let somebody know. She's only one person, and you know you're only one person. You can't be there. You can't be everywhere at one time. And so that's why it's important to get that grassroots, get that information from the ground up.
Hmm.
So those that have the responsibility to lead can make the best decision based off of the accurate information. And so the only way they can get it is through us.
That's right. Absolutely.
And I know some people want to put different definitions to it, complaining, whining. No, it's just reporting.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I like. See, we smart over here. We know how to use synonyms. We do antonyms. You know, it's just reporting, y'all. So making people aware, so it's safety for everyone.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. Exactly.
And so, good morning. Good morning. What's up, Sam? Let me see. We got education on learning whom you are, our lineage, until there is education on whom you are as a people. You're still going to have these types of talks instead of identifying what the real problem are in our community. Black, Negro, African American, who's teaching our lineage. Think about that for a minute. Y'all still going all around instead of going straight to the point. Most of us still sleeping. Okay, I like that. Okay, no.
Well, I think that's a good point, because
I like that.
you know, from what I hear, the individual that just made these comments is concerned that our school is not reflective of the students that we serve.
Yeah, the educational part. I mean,
All right. So,
especially the history.
how do we fix that?
Well, they just passed a bill. $7,000 now on the state level. Parents can use that $7,000 to move their kids to where they want. I encourage in the daycares. They already know the USDA system. And most of them had to have a person with a BA in there. So all they got to do is, and a lot of our daycares have some type of educational curriculum. We can have all these retired teachers around here. I believe that money could be used to build up our daycares and they'd be the new schools, because the daycares were the only one open during the pandemic.
Right.
The
schools were open as well.
No, they were closed.
They offered a service from remote connection.
Educare was closed.
Right. They offered a service from a remote connection. However, I think the bigger issue here, the gentleman is saying in the social media.
It might be a young lady.
Okay. The person in social media, the bigger issue here in my mind is currently there seems to be a lack of instructors, teachers that represent or look like the number of different culture that the school is now looking at, because now we're not just looking at African American, we're looking at a whole different dynamic of other individuals that the school system has to nurture and educate. So to me, the bigger issue is the structure in which we pay our teachers. Our teachers, I mean, what you're saying regarding the push to have more choices, we still have not looked at the fundamental problem with the system as it relates to why individuals are not geared toward operating in this career path. And the reason why I believe they're not jumping up, choosing that career path to be educators is primarily due to the fact that they're not able to provide for their families taking that career path.
Yes, it get paid less. I had the senators in here, Wayne and McKinney. They said that OPS, they try to give them more money. They said OPS refused money. They could have used that money to pay their teachers. And then now they have problems with special ed teachers. They got to send our kids to different other schools, which would affect the education. Now they get bused to school. Now they got to get bused to go to another school. Man, come on now.
Right. So I think we need to look at the pay scale that we are giving to our instructors, because that's definitely something that, well, I know for a fact that I know that I've heard other educators talk about this pay scale. They talked about it. It's being talked about for over 20, 30 years. It's always been a struggle for educators to remain committed in that field and yet take care of their families. And that should not be the case.
I just heard a report. I got back from West Virginia. I come back a different man every time I go on a trip. I'm a different man. I read that half our ninth graders are projected not to graduate. Being a former probation officer, you know where they're going to go? The jail without the bail. And so if you know that's going to happen mathematically, it's not going to happen on my watch. And now a lot of people gave the last superintendent all this love, and Johnny Rogers had to go on the sidewalk to get the schools open because the kids got to transfer out of here and go to different states. I'm on the ground level, but y'all, man, I'm tired.
So we
got to change. We really got to change the leadership. But what you said earlier is so important, that us from the grassroots up, be at these meetings, attend these meetings, identifying these problems, but also come with solutions also.
Right.
I agree with you that we need to come with different methodologies instead of whining and complaining.
Right. You can identify the problem, but you're also the expert at coming up with the solution because you live it. You know it. So you're going to be the expert in coming up with a real fix.
Right. So y'all, we got to participate. We got to help our leaders. I know we come from the standpoint that they such. No. We got to make sure that they have the information so they can draft the best legislation or statute that can help out everybody. You know what I mean? Because we see something in the public, it's not going to help. It's going to help everybody. Because now the park is full. Now we're attacking heart disease because older folks now they got the grandkids. Now they can go over and do some exercise. We gotta be more holistic on how we plan the city. I asked the city department on how do you gauge affordable housing,
right?
Especially when we got illegal immigration,
right?
So you can never really gauge.
Right, it's a whole bunch of variables, and Senator Terrell McKinney should be commended by the fact that this past summer he had public hearings to identify this notion of affordable housing. Okay, because that's a high tier bucket, and it's trying to address a multitude of issues.
Right. I'm afraid that I'm from this community, and when I grew up, Northam Hall was pretty much African American, pretty much about 70-some%. Now we're down to 39%, hovering around low 40s. If the trend continues, Senator work in regards to creating district elections, we're not going to have any political power in the next maybe 2 cycles. We're talking about 8 to 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
But if the immigration continue to go back in North Omaha and we keep moving out, if they don't replenish the people in Evans Tower like they didn't do, over in Special Project like they didn't do in Hilltop Projects, where they moved everybody else in, they forgot the black people that lost children on that soil.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm really concerned about the hierarchy. So those that feel that you don't have no power, we got power, y'all. We just gotta come together collectively, like the councilwoman said. Let's identify these problems, but also let's come with a solution, just in case they might not know the solution. We're living it every day, as she just said. And here at 95.7 The Boss, our goal is to make sure that we're modifying our behavior so we're better individuals, better family members, and better citizens. And we got to have tough conversations in order to manifest that.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, you hit it right on the nail. If we really want to see true change, we as a community have to be more engaged in identifying problems that we face every day. And then we have to be willing to have those tough conversations with each other and offer up some solutions. And then you provide that information to your council member to move that initiative forward. Move that initiative forward by contacting your city, your senators to pass forth the law.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because that's what they're charged with, is to change the law.
Right.
So if we have laws that are impacting us disproportionately, then we should be contacting our senators to pass laws to modify those instances.
Right. And so that's why I said, and it goes back to we need to be asking our representative, what do we need to do? What do we need to get them in order to make their job better, so they can do it, they can function better, or they can make a change quicker?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a participation game. Quit whining on the sideline. See, I grew up in a boys club, and I used to be in the bleachers, and the real hoopers were on the court, and I wasn't good enough. And I'll show you all the people that ain't good enough always talking on the sideline. But I was working on the side. I was working behind the scenes, but because I wanted to get on that court. I didn't want to be talking about nobody. I want to be talked about. I didn't want to be talked at. I want people to talk about me by the skills that I have manifest. And so we need to be in action, y'all. Ain't no more talking. It's Godhood. we need to get, if everybody did a little, man, this community will even be greater than it is. I believe for real that if the world's going to change, it's going to begin here in Omaha.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Right. But to that end, we also want to talk about the fact that overall, our community is changing the way we view things. Our community is doing that. I believe that our community is doing more actionary things.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, we can get stuck on a lot of talking, but you're right. We have to put action into place.
Yeah, and we're doing some great things because people are flying here mimicking what we're doing here. We got the pound for pound here. You got the best boxers in the world coming here to train now here in Omaha. You got Empowerment Network. You got organizations all across America coming here to mimic us collectively coming together as nonprofit, even though we don't get along always, but we still come together collectively to work on problems, social issues. They come here to mimic what they're doing at 360. Man, so and these are all Black organizations,
right? And
one thing was even more fun that what change that we could do. What if we participate as Teresa said? What if we put an extra $100 to spend on Christmas?
Right.
Well, we put it with the NAACP or the Urban League or whatever, or 100 Black Men
or whatever.
Whatever
yeah.
entity that we
Right.
feel that's helping our young people.
Exactly. And you saw how we went full circle back to that preventive.
Yep.
That preventive.
Because we want it safe around here, and we want our children we don't want to see no child on the news with no bad news, because we know they families.
Right. Yeah, we're all connected. So yeah, and it's still back. I remember when I was growing up as a youth, families participated in the development of all families.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they did not
Right.
leave the responsibility on mom and dad alone.
Right.
It was a collective body that did the development of all children in the community.
Period. I got spanking a couple times by my neighbors because they knew my mama would like, and then I got spanked by her. So I got 2 spankings. I learned earlier, boy, you can't do nothing in our hood, nothing negative. So I was very positive growing up. So
Yeah.
and we want to make sure that we bring those traditions back. I was hanging out with my grandson the other day because I wanted to buy him a racing car track, the traditional racing car, the Tyco, but Tyco's out of business now. But the traditional racing car track, if you go off the track, they gotta get up and go get your car and put it back on. Not none of this video game stuff. And these games, they cost like 100 and 200, man. I said, racing car track cost this much? So I got on one. And so we planned the race car track, and just that bonding, putting the track together, and he looking at the direction, and he's 7, but he's looking at those directions, the instructions. Those times are important. Those are type of those preventative things that we got to do now. I remember my mom, we playing Trouble. We playing all these board games together, as a young, because we got to get back to knowing what our youth are thinking, y'all. What kind of stuff they are dealing with, so we can help guide them.
Right.
Just those simple things, y'all.
Yeah, just basic one-on-one, dominoes, all those kinds of things. You're learning, you're doing several things at the same time. You're doing that bonding. You're having that opportunity to talk and let your hair down, if you will. But you're engaging with the youth. You're showing them, demonstrating to them that you are, while you may be older than them, but you can relate to them on their level.
Well, you cool, baby. And the only way that they're gonna know you cool, we got to engage them. So, Councilwoman, is there anything that we didn't discuss that you want to make sure that we?
No, not at this time. Again, City Council will be out of session on the 21st and 28th of this month. I would strongly recommend and shout out happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. November is the month to recognize good efforts that have been made throughout the year. Let's reflect on those good efforts. Talk about them. Talk them up. Praise them. Acknowledge them. This is the month to do all of those kinds of things. Call ourselves uplifting each other.
Right.
I mean, why can't we do that throughout the month of November? I challenge everyone to stay away from what might be wrong.
Right.
Focus on what is good.
Right.
And capture those moments and engage in that type of healthy discussion for the month of November.
Without doubt. And with that, Councilwoman, give your number out again before we get out of here.
402-444-7000.
All right, Omaha, the Bird, the Bluffs. It is 9:23. Again, they are having that meeting today over at South Omaha Metro Community College campus. Is going on till like 10:30. They're gonna be talking about the DED, that money. The council people, our state senator, indicated that this money is going to be coming out over the next 3 years. Now, we didn't qualify for any money, and I'm not happy. However, we're going to use the approach as what the councilwoman said. We're going to identify the problem, come up with a solution, so the senator can craft some legislation so they can modify some of the scoring. And so it'll open up more opportunities for more entrepreneurs to get funding. And so I was happy that it's coming out over a 3-year. They're not spending a whole $500 billion or $1 million just this year. It's coming out over 3 years. So it's still potential in the next 2 years to get some money. We got to be prepared for that. And so you need to be at the meeting to voice your concerns and solutions, as the councilwoman would say. It started at 8:30. It's going to 10:30 today, Metro Community College South Campus. It's going to be at the Automotive Training Center. That's building 203. And then tomorrow, they're going to be here in North Omaha. 6 for those are at different times. See, I'm glad they did it at different times. This is in the morning. Tomorrow's going to be in the evening. So you can't make it today. You can make it tomorrow evening from 6 to 8. They're going to be at North Metro Community College. They're going to be in Building 22, room 201. It's going to be in the conference center. And so they're going to be talking about the money that's coming and discover incredible grant opportunities that can take your business or organization to new heights, meet our passionate personnel, and connect with valuable partners who's ready to support your growth journey. And so I want you guys to be in the building. You got to be in the building. I know you're discouraged like I am, but we got to make sure we use that energy, that disappointment, and collectively come together and come with solutions so they can modify that criteria that Olson has laid out.
Right.
All right. So let's use our intelligent wealth, but we got to collectively come together and get it done.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
all right. Well,
I
happy
appreciate
Thanksgiving.
you. Without a doubt, y'all. Eat up. Y'all. We'll be back next with y'all next week.
Gobble.
We'll be back with y'all next week for sure. Boss
all right. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Boss with us.
Thanks.
What you know about head, where's private jet, stick in the gold yard, diamonds on the necklace. Did I hit a what? Took a shot, but you ducked. A-town, fit it up, down the ball, bigger. Stick with the clutch, B12, lift it up. Sponsored by the bigger butt, kiss my just up. I'm the man the fans can't boo. Got a can, I'm in the streets, we ain't got no sand dune. You don't fit now, why you ain't here dozing off? Pistol in my drawers, I ain't finna fight with y'all. I'm the reason they sold the elbows on the put. That's why I call my restaurant Esco. Laced like I'm supposed, Hermes orange in the rose. Wrist in the bow, of the wrist it was froze. Dropped the foe and brought back some extra O's. Raw paper, gotta build up with vegetables. Southside every day, come on, don't hesitate. Don't even procrastinate, we got some history to make. Even sold all the shake, I was bored.